Today's class is going to be creating mandalas. So we're going to start with just using what we found in nature. I know Jade and I were just discussing that she forgot to grab supplies from outside, which is totally fine. So if you have things in your house, like pencils, anything that you could use to create a mandala, you can grab those items right now. You're also going to need this sheet of paper. Does everyone have this PDF? Were you able to print it out? I got a couple nods.
Jade
Yeah?
does.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do this after we go through the nature mandala. We're gonna use that as our warm-up today. And then I also have my handy colored pencils here. I have some scissors just in case I want to cut up some of my leaves that I found. I got a regular pencil, an eraser, and then a Sharpie or a marker as well. So I'm just going to show you what I have. I apologize. I'm going to move my camera a little bit, so I'm going to be off screen, but it's hard to put this on a wall. So you're going to be facing my table so you can see what I'm doing. But I have a couple of different items. These were just right outside my house, so it's super easy to gather supplies for something like this. We actually had another artist create a mandala out of trash from the beach, and then she recycled that after she created her mandala and documented it. So if you want to help clean up, you can always do that once you're able to go back to the beach. Also, I have some of my things laid out because it's raining today in Orange County again. So everything was wet, but hopefully it's all dried out by now. I found these really neat, beautiful little flowers. I don't know what they're called, but I have these giant bushes right outside my front door with these on them. I got these really neat radial leaves too. I thought these were really beautiful. I have a few of those. Just some regular leaves. These really neat palm leaves that I found, and then some twigs. So I'm gonna move my camera. I apologize if it gets a little crazy for a second. Okay, can everyone see that okay?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, so when you think of a mandala, you're thinking of something like this. A radial design is exactly what it is. Radial means in the round. So when we create a mandala, we're creating basically a focal point, which is going to be right in the center. So everything that we use is going to have a consistent pattern all the way around. So I was really interested in these palm leaves. And I knew I wanted to incorporate these in it somehow. So if you have your own supplies with you, I encourage you to start creating something with what you have. And then while you do that, I'm going to create my own mandala as well. That way you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm just going to lay these out, and I'm just going to start creating a circular shape with these.
Jade says she might have to leave 10 minutes early.
Okay, no worries, Jade. You'll get to see you'll be able to do the colored mandala too, which will be really nice. This is I really love this project because it's really
this is really cool. It's a nature mandala.
It's really nice to kind of get into a groove, you know. You get to just work, and it also gets you outside because you're collecting items from outside. And I'm just gonna mess around a little bit. I might move things too while I'm working.
Oh, Hania has her hand up.
Yeah, Hania.
Like, what if we didn't get leaves and other stuff?
If you didn't get any leaves, that's okay. You can just watch what I'm doing and maybe get inspired for something that you can do another day. Or like I said earlier, if you have some stuff laying around the house that you feel like you could create a mandala out of, you could always do that as well. I know Jade said she had pencils, so if you have, you could even color coordinate your colored pencils and create like a rainbow, a little color wheel with your colored pencils or your crayons. All right, I got some twigs here. And I even think I'm gonna push these in a little bit closer together.
Liliana and Heather Rose wanted you to know, they say we're going to watch, but we couldn't get anything since it's raining.
Okay, no worries. I know, like I said earlier that everything was so wet when I grabbed it because it's raining here too. I just laid it out on a paper towel. All right.
Oh, Jade has her hand up.
Hi, Jade.
On the color wheel, like, where do you start, like, red, and it doesn't matter, like, where you start the first color?
No, not at all.
Okay.
If you want to start on one side, you can do that and just have it go the red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple all the way around.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna mess with this a little bit more. So as you can see, you have a pattern, but the focal point is the center area. That is usually where your eye is drawn when you're doing something in a radial format like this. So I loved these flowers that I found because it adds a little bit of color as well. I love going outside. So I love rain, but it has been a bummer because I haven't been able to go outside. But it's nice to do this because it kind of gets you back into nature. Is there anyone that was able to grab things from outside to create something? Didn't even ask.
Tim says yes.
Awesome. Okay. So, pretty simple. But there is the mandala. All right. Does anyone have any questions on the mandalas, on the nature mandalas? They're pretty straightforward, I think. I have some leftover supplies too. I didn't quite use everything, but.
I don't see any questions.
There is a question?
I
No
don't
question?
see any questions, no.
Okay, awesome. Is anyone still working that wants to continue working on theirs? Looks like everyone is probably good.
I think so.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna scoot this to the side real quick. And I'm gonna keep you aimed towards my table. That way you can watch as I work on the mandala. So now you're gonna take this sheet of paper out here. All right, so the really nice thing about this sheet is that it already has this grid. So you can create a different pattern in each section to help you create your mandala. So typically, like I said, a mandala, you have a consistent pattern all the way around. So what I would suggest is if you're creating a design or a line pattern in this area, you want to try to keep it as close to the same thing in every single little triangle. Once you move on, you can do another design in this, and then that's also going to stay consistent all the way around this section too. And then same for this very last section. If you want, you can even go off the page a little bit if you want to create something up here too. But what we're going to do first is use our pencil to add some line patterns in each of these little sections. So I'm going to try to do this as best I can so you can see.
There were a couple comments. The first one, Hania says, yours is so good, Rhiannon.
Oh,
And the second one, when you have a moment, can you please show your mandala one more time?
yes. Yeah, let me do that real quick before. Can everyone see that okay? There you go. How's that? Is that good?
It's good, yeah.
Good? All right. Okay, so usually mandalas are full of different line patterns, and then they also have a ton of color. I have a lot of colored pencils that I'm going to utilize while we're doing this. But you can do anything. You can do circles. You can do, I know the other day we talked about line patterns being like zigzag lines, squiggly lines. You can do dashed lines. You can do shapes if you want. Since we just did a little nature mandala, you could even do flowers or leaves, as long as it's the same pattern throughout. So I am gonna do.
There's a question from Jade.
Yeah, Jade.
What if you don't have the paper printed?
If you don't have the paper printed, what you can do is draw, if you have a regular piece of paper, you can draw a circle on that and start creating your own mandala. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is start creating, I've had a fascination with triangles lately, so I'm gonna just start drawing some triangles in here.
What would be the easiest way to create your own? Would it just be to put the circles and then put the lines through the center?
Yeah, I would start with the circles, and then if you have a ruler, you can draw these straight lines too. If you want to try to give it a go without doing the whole grid, you can do that too, but this is a great way to start if you've never created one. So if you have something to trace different size circles, it doesn't have to be the exact same size as this.
Maybe a couple different plates and maybe
Yeah.
a mug or a cup or something?
Yeah, I would grab things like I have a little mason jar, so you could use that to draw your first circle. A small plate, like you said, Scott, that would be really good. Trying to see things around the house that I might have that I can use.
Hania is asking, can we use markers?
Yes, you can. What I suggest is starting with your pencil, just to make sure all your line patterns are consistent. And then what we're gonna do, as soon as we get our pencil patterns drawn out, then we'll add a ton of color. So while you're working, you will be moving your paper as well. It's a lot easier to get the same pattern throughout if you're also moving your paper in a circular way. And then maybe what I want to do is draw another line. Oh, going off the camera. Sorry, everybody. But you get really, really beautiful details once you start getting everything added.
Liliana and Heather Rose say they're printing out those sheets right now.
Perfect. Yeah, and as you can see, I printed a couple for myself too, so I can even do it again later. So once I get that area, maybe the next thing I want to do is add, well, there I go again with some triangles. And each area is not going to look exactly the same, and that's okay. The really nice thing about creating these is they're really rewarding once you're done. Because as you can probably tell, you get to put a good amount of work into it.
Is this okay?
Let's see them. Yeah, that looks great.
Okay.
You just drew that out right now?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that looks awesome.
That looks just like the printout.
Yeah. Okay, so now that I have that there, I'm going to add an additional line too. So just so everybody knows too, if you didn't get a chance to print these out, they are available to you on our website. So even if you say you did print one out today and you want to do this again later, for any of the virtual programs we're doing, they're still there. So you can always go back and print out anything that you want to use again. So for example, if you were doing the background project with Ben, I know there's some stuff still on the website you can print out. He also has those really cool doodle pages. The mandala sheet is going to be on there too.
Jade has a question for you.
Yeah.
She says, is it okay if we copy Rhiannon?
I suggest if you can come up with your own idea, that would be best. You can definitely use some ideas from me too. That's not a problem. But anything that you can do to make it your own, that's what I would do. And then I think I'm going to add, some circles in here just to break this up a little bit. Ooh, sorry, that's my dog.
A couple of my cats heard that.
That's so funny. Her name's Aquila. She's an Australian cattle dog.
Oh, wow.
I love her.
Where did that name come from?
Actually, from the Jungle Book.
Oh,
One of the wolves is named Aquila.
Oh.
All right, so here's what I got so far. So as you can see, some of it is not exactly the same, but you have a consistent pattern all the way around. And then, See, what I'm thinking too, while I am working on this, I might add something else in the center area too. But we'll go back to that. So for my last area, thinking I'm gonna add something round to break off those triangles again. And I'm continuing to just turn my paper while I work. All right, so I added that. How's everybody else doing? Does anyone want to show their work so far? I'd love to see how these are coming out.
Oh, here's
I'm just gonna
Jade.
lift my screen up a little bit. Oh, I love it, Jade. I like the circles you're doing too. That looks good. Who else wants to show theirs?
Okay.
Liliana, Heather Rose. Ooh, those look good. Those kind of remind me of the kaleidoscope things. Do you know what I'm talking about? Where you look in the
Yeah, I
light
think so.
and it changes color.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
this one's Heather Rose's. This one's mine.
Those look so good. All right, who's next? Naylene, are you working on one?
Share screen. Let me share screen real quick and see if this works. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'm not using paper and pencil. I'm using the computer.
Well, look at that mandala.
I got to cheat.
Awesome. See, and you can even, that's a great example though, because you can even do this online if you download that sheet on your computer. Everyone likes to do that too. Cool. Thanks for sharing, Naylene.
Uh-huh. I'm gonna stop share.
All right, I'm gonna go back down to the line here. All right, so one more. Did anyone do the fruit observations this morning?
Yeah.
Who is that? Everybody?
I did.
Is that Jade?
I did a purple pear.
A purple pear.
Heather Rose and I went.
What did you all draw?
We drew. Oh, what did we draw? Oh, we drew onions. We drew onions and clementines and apples and bananas.
Ooh.
I was there as well, I believe.
What'd you draw, Tim?
I drew some pears. I drew some apples. I have like a little bowl of wax fruit, so I kind of practiced on that.
Ooh, that's convenient.
Yeah, right.
You could use the wax fruits today. They just probably sit there most of the time. Did you all learn more about shading too?
Yeah. Adeline says she drew a fruit bowl.
Fruit bowl. Do you have wax fruits like Tim too?
think she's on video. Oh, she says real fruits.
Real fruit. Man, you all drew some delicious fruit too. I love apples. I think I buy apples every time I go to the store. My favorite are the Honeycrisp ones, but sometimes those things are like $3 an apple.
Wow.
I know.
Liliana and Heather Rose are asking, do I add color once I'm done drawing, that is?
Yes, once you are done drawing and you're satisfied with the design that you have, you can definitely start adding color.
And Jade is finished.
You're finished too, Jade? Yeah. Yeah, if you're all done drawing, oh, that looks so good. Yeah, if you're done drawing, go ahead and start adding some color. I'm going to start adding color in just a minute here too. So the same like with the line pattern, if you're going to use a color in one area, so say I filled in, I'm drawing these little circles now. So say I filled in this circle orange, I'd want to do the same thing all the way around. So that'll be consistent just like your line patterns. Sometimes these remind me of those, has anyone seen those crazy coloring books they have now? They've been out for a while, but drawing these reminds me of those coloring books.
Liliana and Heather Rose say, yes, we have some.
Yeah, those were fun. All right, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and start adding some color also. And start with some blue. And feel free to start wherever you want. Actually, before I start, I think I am going to outline in Sharpie too. So it's going to take me a little bit longer. If you haven't started adding color and you want to outline in Sharpie, it'll really bring out your line pattern a lot more too. If you have started adding color and you do want to outline, it's not too late to do that. I actually found a black Sharpie at my house that had some ink in it, so let's see if it lasts.
Jade says she has 3 layers of colored pencils.
3 layers? Oh my gosh. Do you have one of those?
Wow, look at that.
You have a kit? One of those kits?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, that's so awesome. It's so nice to have some options, right? Okay, so now you have to tell us which color is which pencil is your shortest pencil now?
The shortest one is my favorite color.
Awesome. I don't even know. My shortest one is yellow, which is surprising.
Oh,
I didn't
these are
think
my
I
two
used
shortest
yellow.
colors. These are my 2 shortest colors.
Oh, those are very nice colors too.
They're my favorite colors, so I use them a lot.
So I know all of you were in the fruit observation. Did you all do the Doodle Palooza too?
Yes,
I
I
jumped.
have some thumbs up for that.
Yeah, I jumped in on that one. That one looked so fun. Drawing all the Wile E. Coyote acne inventions that fail him every time. Poor Wiley.
We got to make our own too.
Oh, did you? What did you come up with?
I came up with nothing. I just copied.
Hey, that's okay. Many artists are always inspired by other artists. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Unless you try to sell it as your own, then there's that whole copyright thing, and then you just be in trouble. So don't do that.
Liliana says she made an exploding bird cage.
Oh, what? That's how you're gonna capture Roadrunner? That's pretty genius, actually.
What did you make of those? Oh, I made a. Let me find out again.
We have a 3D class where we invent a Roadrunner catching device too, and no one has come up with an exploding bird cage. That's pretty brilliant. I haven't heard that one yet. Could you imagine being wily and failing your whole life to catch the Roadrunner? He's pretty persistent, though. I'll give him that. He does not give up.
And creative.
Yeah.
Is it okay to use this thin marker instead of the thick one you're using?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you can use a fine tip one. That's totally fine. Yeah, Wiley is very creative. I don't know. I feel like at some point I would have given up.
Well, Liliana says I'd be terribly disappointed, and Heather Rose says I'd give up.
Yeah, Heather Rose, I'm with you. I think I would have found a different bird to catch. For Wiley, it seems like it's the thrill of the chase, right? I can't believe this week has gone by so fast since we've been doing these Zoom classes.
Jade says the Roadrunner's pretty smart.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Roadrunners are genius. I'm pretty sure the Roadrunner also enjoys watching Wiley fail too.
Liliana says I'd try catching Slowpoke Rodriguez instead.
Yeah, that seems like you'd be more successful, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's raining again.
I was just thinking it's raining even harder than it was just a few
Yeah.
minutes ago. Hania's done drawing.
All right, Hania, can we see it?
Wait.
Oh my gosh, look at all that detail. That's beautiful.
That's awesome.
Really nice. Yeah, really nice line patterns, Hania.
Thank you.
Jade wants you to know she has to leave in 20 minutes.
Okay, no worries. Anya, you like to make a lot of line patterns, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday I remember your beautiful teapot.
I'm still finishing coloring it.
All right, so I am done with my, oh, not quite done. Almost done with my Sharpie.
There's a lot of really nice comments on everyone's art in here.
I love it. It's so nice how everyone is so open to everybody else's artwork. I love that. Such a supportive group. All right. So I have done my Sharpie. Now I'm going to add the color that I was going to start adding before. See how we can get this. Has everyone started adding color?
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome.
You have some nods and some thumbs up.
Perfect. I am feeling the blues and purples, so I'm gonna use that on my mandala. Usually I'm a big fan of orange, and a big part of that is because no one ever chooses orange, but I'm not gonna use orange today.
Jade
It's
says she has
usually-
a long way to go and she doesn't think she can finish.
Who? Jade?
Jade?
That's okay. If you can work on whatever you're able to right now, you can always come back to it later. The nice thing is you created your own mandala, so you are able to use it whenever you want.
And Timothy says mine might be about ready.
Ooh, can we see it? Or you want to wait to show us?
No, totally. We can do it now. I didn't print the PDF out, so I just kind of drew my own thing.
That's fine.
I didn't realize you can get to like intricate with the patterns, so I just did something kind of simple.
Oh, nice. That's really cool.
But I tried to get prevent it from getting too stale. So like the circles like kind of don't immediately match up. You know, they kind of like connect to the outer and inner parts like rhythmically almost. You know.
Yeah, I like that.
Very cool.
What did you use to add color?
Oh, I just have colored pencils.
Color pencils. Very nice.
So, thank you.
You can always, if you want to get more intricate, you can always use maybe like a black colored pencil or something to add even more detail if you want.
That's true. That's true. Thank you.
I don't think you necessarily even need to.
That's true. I mean, you know.
We got some time.
Hani wants to let you know she has to leave a little early.
Okay, no worries. You know, it's towards the end of the day, and then you start wrapping up for dinner right after class. Well, at least we do. My child, like I told you all, she just turned a year old, so we eat dinner kind of early because her bedtime is early. Yeah, this is exactly like those coloring books, I think. Filling out those tiny little details. Add some purple.
Jade is asking, what is her name and how old is she?
Oh, my daughter, her name is Aurora. She just turned 1 on Monday. She's a little one. She does like to finger paint though. And she also tries to use colored pencils. Tries, the key word. A lot of times the colored pencil ends up in her mouth.
Liliana and Heather Rose say, "Aw, cute. Tell her we say hello."
Okay. All right. I think I'm gonna add. Let's see, maybe some gold in here. My triangles are starting to look like the Triforce. Does anyone play Zelda?
Yes, yeah.
I was gonna say, am I the only one?
Tim's nodding his head.
Okay. Yeah, I got the Triforce happening on my
You
paper.
play Zelda?
Minus the purple circle, but
And Liliana says, yes, I love that series. And me too, from Heather Rose.
oh, very nice. Okay, cool. We have some Zelda players. Is everyone playing Breath of the Wild on the Switch?
What is Zelda?
Zelda is a video game that is on Nintendo. So, the first one that I played was on the Nintendo 64, Ocarina of Time. There's earlier ones, but that's the first one that I played. Huge Zelda fans probably know. I don't even remember what the first one is called, actually.
I think
Link to the Past, something like that.
I'm a little older, and I remember playing on the first Nintendo. And I think it was just The Legend of Zelda, wasn't it, on the first Nintendo?
That sounds right. And then there's like Link to the Past or.
Yeah, Tim says the first one's just called The Legend of Zelda.
Oh man, when Breath of the Wild came out, that was game changer though.
Then The Adventures of Link, then Link to the Past. Okay.
Oh man. Such a fun game.
Now I have the music in my head.
You're welcome. I know I stopped playing Breath of the Wild because Animal Crossing came out. But Breath of the Wild is on Nintendo Switch for whoever was asking about Zelda. I don't seem to need to tell Tim that though. Tim, do you?
Oh, I'm sorry. We have a comment real quick. Lily says, thank you for letting us just watch today. We so appreciate all you are doing. Thank you and keep it coming.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, Lily. I'm glad people are also able to jump on and watch if they want to. The nice thing is I'm sure all of you that are here right now enjoy making art, but this also just gives you more examples of things that you can do too. When I first started drawing, I wasn't fully aware, this was a long time ago, but I wasn't fully aware of everything that I could do. I just had my sketchbook and would just do little sketches of characters. And then once I started taking classes, I learned so many new things that I could do. Even just with using charcoal.
Oh, just a reminder, Jade has to leave early, but she still has about 5 minutes.
Okay. No worries. How's everybody doing? Everyone doing okay?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up, awesome. Gosh, time goes by so fast when you're working on these.
Yeah, it really does.
Does everyone that join the Zoom meetings do anything other than draw? Does anyone do any 3D art or painting? Like using pastels?
Let's see here. Someone here does some writing.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, I like to do writing and I tend to illustrate the pieces that I write.
Oh, very nice. That's awesome. Writing is a wonderful form of art. I am not very good at it, but I love reading. So that is definitely a genre that I really appreciate.
Tim says he does some voice acting.
No way. No way.
True.
Let's see. You wanna do a voice for us right now?
Oh my God. My family's here making dinner. I don't know. I don't want to like. It's okay.
On the spot, huh?
I know.
For sure.
We could ask the crowd who they want you to be.
Definitely some other time though.
Okay. Tomorrow. Just kidding.
Just a reminder, Hania only has about 2 more minutes,
Okay, no worries.
and she has to leave. And Jade does the violin.
Oh, that's awesome. My nephew plays the violin too. How long have you been playing?
For like about 3.5 years.
Wow. That's really cool. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Wait. That is
It's hard though.
Is it?
Yeah.
I've never tried it. I played the saxophone when I was in middle school.
My whole family plays it except for my dad.
The violin?
Yeah.
Wow. So it's got to be in your genes.
Mhm.
Hania plays the piano.
Oh, I love the piano. I'd love to learn how to play the piano.
I have to leave now.
No worries. Is that Jade?
Yeah.
Yes.
No worries at all. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Liliana and Heather Rose want to share theirs before they have to go.
Yes, let's see them.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I love that. Look at all that detail.
Oh, and real quick, Hania is saying goodbye.
Oh, beautiful. Bye, Hania. Oh, those are beautiful. I love your line patterns too. Did Hania jump off? Does she want to show hers before he jumps off?
She had to go.
Okay. Right. That's really cool. We have a writer, piano player, violin, voice actor. So awesome.
Liliana says Hania did show it. It was very pretty. Just she jumped off before we could spotlight it.
Aw.
Maybe we can see it tomorrow.
She can show us. Right. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to be able to finish by the end of class, but I'm going to keep working. Let's see.
Liliana and Heather Rose say yours is pretty, Rhiannon.
Thank you very much. Can't wait to see Naylene and Tim's progress too. That would be so awesome. For those of you that are still here, if you heard Craig yesterday talk about possibly doing ACE classes through Zoom in Irvine, that would be awesome. He's working with IPSF on that. So I think our Irvine student left.
I think Jade said she was in Irvine.
Jade's
Oh, there's a comment. It's raining again. It's raining here too.
I know, pretty hard too.
I think there's a lot of rain on the forecast.
For the whole week? Or for the rest of the weekend, I should say?
At least for the next couple of days, I think.
You know, I feel bad. My dog loves the rain. So every time I take her out, she tries to stay out there and play. She just runs around. She loves running back in the house. We have tile.
Mm-hmm.
When she runs back in the house, she's all wet. She like slips.
Uh-huh.
But it looks like she loves it. She just loves slipping around the floor. She's so silly.
We have a couple ducks that have been hanging outside the window here since it's started raining, and the cats love it. They love watching the ducks.
Oh, that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, we only have a couple more minutes left. Okay, well, here's what I have so far. So I'm gonna keep adding color even though the class is almost over. But I wanted to see other people's examples too before we actually jump off. Liliana and Heather Rose, did you add anything else to yours?
No, we haven't.
No, not yet. Okay, no worries.
Yeah.
What about you, Tim?
I've just been mostly coloring in what I've had. I'm just filling up some of the white spots. Sorry to disappoint here. Looks marginally better now.
Ooh, that looks nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still a
very
ways
cool.
to go here.
I like that you decided to fill it in though. It looks really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I like it too.
Maylene.
Oh, wow.
Oh, so cool.
Whee!
I gotta do some more graphic stuff. That looks awesome. Still not super comfortable. Oh, you have a sketchbook?
Yes, so this is a free program. It's called Sketchbook Pro, and for the last day I've been trying to troubleshoot getting it to work with Zoom at the same time because it was crashing my computer.
Oh my gosh.
But it's fine now.
It looks pretty user friendly though for a free program.
It is.
That's cool.
So hopefully we'll be able, and you can animate on it as well. So hopefully we'll be able to make some cool stuff with it. So
It looks very similar to a program I have on my Android phone. I think it
okay.
you like the same one, just the
They
mobile
do make
version.
this for phones.
Okay.
I don't think it has all the same features, but I know they make it for phones. Yeah.
That looks so awesome.
Yeah, but I love this program because it's really intuitive.
Very cool.
I should check that out, yeah. Awesome. Well, for tomorrow's class at 3 o'clock, again, we still have our 11 o'clock observation with Lee. I know Ben has another drawing class at 1 o'clock. And then at 3, we're actually going to do a found poetry art project. So we're going to be using actually a page from a novel, and we're gonna look for words to create our own story within that novel. It's really cool. We're gonna be posting some examples of that on our Instagram page, so you can look at that. But we're gonna decorate it and add a lot of color to that as well. So that'll be really fun to share with everybody. So Liliana, you're our writer, right? That'll be really fun for you. But yeah, you all did amazing today. I loved your mandalas. I hope you enjoyed working on them too. But that about wraps up the class. So yeah.
There's a comment there. Everyone's art was amazing, and it was a privilege to see all your masterpieces.
Awesome. That's so nice.
Very nice.
So very nice job today, everyone. Thanks for being here.
Bye.
Bye.